Hello, this is Victor at TheStoryMercedes.com. This video is for Tyron in Maryland, and this is basically a final part before the car gets gonna get picked up. So I just want to show you the drive. I'm gonna drive it to the store right now, and we're gonna start it actually for the first time. It hasn't been started since yesterday, so let's go for it. Let me zoom on to the car a little bit. So first thing is the battery, because it's dead. I have to keep it on the charger. So here we got the charger. This thing kind of like glitches a little bit. Sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. So I know, and I don't know what's going on here with it. So I'll disconnect my charger. See, these are some old parts here. So let's just go. See, it's like glitches. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Minor thing. Now door locks, of course. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to start it. So the window drop function works once the window is a little lower, but you have to deal with the regulator in the window because it's actually, I know it's the bottom portion that's broken. There's a lot of glue residue. I believe this might have been, oh, that's from the tint. Okay, that's from window tint. It's hard for me to say if it's at the outside of the window or on the inside of the window, because you see its pane is missing. It's a single pane. It's got to be another one. Yeah, all right. So let me just start the car up, and then I'll open the hood. I'll show you a couple of things inside the hood. Just open the door a little bit more. I'm holding the door. I don't want it to touch. That's not from the car, that's somebody grinding something back in the back. So if you heard that little kind of saw noise. I left the cluster, my cluster in. Your cluster is back there. See, that's your cluster right there laying on the seat. The lights, all the warning lights work and everything. That SRS light, that's the code for instrument cluster bulb, because cluster was removed, reinstalled, and that's the problem. And the light will go away, it's not critical. Okay, let's open the hood, let's see what we got down under, and then we're gonna go for a drive real quick. Oh, I put covers back on. Now the engine started right away, very nice, it runs really, really good. Engine mounts, of course, to be done. Air pump, noise, that's fine. No more squealing. Nothing, it's just quiet, normal. This is the right way. This is how they all start, how they all run. The hoses. Now transmission lines. This is a new transmission line right there. Now it looks funny, I know, but that is a superseded part number. Mercedes does not sell the original ones anymore, and that's the only one that would fit, and it fits kind of funny, but it'll be fine. Once you put the covering on, you'll be alright. This one that's how it looks. That's basically how they are. And also don't forget about the fact that when engine mounts are going to be replaced, the engine will rise about an inch, so you'll be fine. The hoses are going to be alright. The level for the washer fluid is broken. This is the level for washer fluid right there. This little float, and as you can see, it's broken down in there. It's completely missing, and it's leaking. So what I would suggest doing, so this is your tank, all right, and it leaks right from here. See, it's broken. All you gotta do is basically just plug up this line, just this spigot. Plug it off and just forget about it. You don't need it, because you got the light in the dash that tells you if you have fluid or not. Alright, so let's close. So basically the engine wise runs perfect, like sewing machine. That's how they're supposed to run. Very nice. Alright, so the wiper situation. See these scratches? That's from previous wiper. That's why I did want to replace it, because you might find some sort of a polish to polish this off. They sell some sort of windshield polish. Hopefully you'll polish it off. That's because of the old wiper. Somebody had the old wiper on it, and that's what happened. So I did put an insert into the original blade. They sell these inserts, but I just bought a blade in the store and just took the insert from that blade and put it in here. That wiper is brand new because this window hasn't been scratched or touched or anything, so this one is fine. So I put the new blade there for the drive. Okay, and yeah, that's basically all. See, now when the car is down under, it looks even because of the weight shifts suspension wise. So I don't see suspension in the back being a little low as a critical point. That is basically ruins everything. I think that's fine because, you know, springs are a little tired and the car is kind of on the old side. Oh man, I forgot to shut down the AC. AC is brutally cold. I mean, this is just great. I mean, I love this AC. This is like ridiculously cold, so we're good there. All right, so something happened here with the buckle. I don't understand what's going on here. It's like cracked a little bit, but again, not critical. All right, so basically now e-brake is broken, so don't press on the e-brake. You can replace the handle. All of these are small things now. The major things are good. The transmission and engine, that's all you care for. And all these little small things, that's no big deal. Gear engagement, like really nice. And again, because of the engine mounts, the engine is gonna make you know, it's gonna be a little vibration through the frame, but not a big deal. I mean, you change the engine mounts, this thing is gonna basically be whispering. Very nice and smooth. There's a little bit of a knocking from the rear strut. Actually, you know what? I'll zoom out. How's that? I'll just zoom out like this, and yeah, I feel the engine vibration into the chassis, into the frame. That has to be corrected. Shifts are really, really nice. I really love the shifting on this car. Transmission shifts awesome. That was pretty straight. I mean, I let go of the wheel. Very smooth ride, really nice. I mean, there's some suspension banging in the back, the struts most likely. I think there's a little bit of an exhaust note coming from the left, but again, engine mounts first. Once engine mounts are done, because I hear a little bit like growling. Pickup is great. Just the way it's supposed to be. So yeah, you know, like again, these are small little things. You have to understand that the car of this vintage, sitting for a while, it's just a given. It is what it is. So I just wanted to go out for a drive now in this early hour because there's nobody around. Oh, cops. In New York, you're not supposed to touch your cell phone while driving at all, so I know I shouldn't be holding it, but I don't see a problem with it. I just hold it. It's the law, so you have to be careful. But I must make this video because this car is going to be driven for hours. So for that very reason, we want to make sure that it's going to be fine. It's about 9 a.m. right now, so I'm pretty good in terms of timing. I'm going to go a couple of blocks further, then come back. I know it's going to be a long video. Yeah, you know that growling, I feel it's the engine mounts because it's just like, yeah. But once it rolls, man, it's nice. So it's nice, smooth, goes over bumps, no banging from the front, a little bit in the back, but again, massive bump. I'm doing 30 effortless. It's like, yeah, pickup is nice. Downshift, it works. I'm gonna floor it maybe a little bit. Let me just let those guys go. Oh god, this guy opens the door now. I don't want to scare him out. Alright, so I'm gonna floor it right now. See what we get. 1, 2, 3. Oof, yeah. Nice. No, I'm really happy with this, because when it came it was so bad, and now it's the beast. Yeah, it's V12 will go home. That's the way it is. Definitely low mileage car, definitely has all the horses in it, and even with blown engine mounts, you sit in the car, you feel like really nothing, like there's no engine in there. It's like, it's just great, absolutely great. Pickup is really nice. Their power range is just right on point. And again, all of these little cosmetics, they have nothing really to be concerned about. Definitely gonna get through them. And now I'll make a right over here. So I know this video is about really nothing. There is nothing here that I explain or talk about. This is purely just to show that the car is operational and the car is gonna be capable of driving back to Maryland from New York. I don't have any issues with it. And I washed it, it looks clean. So it does not draw attention to it, because there are tinted windows, and in New York you cannot have tinted windows. Okay, so we just keep rolling. Like I said, this is a small street here. It's not gonna go crazy here, but we've been driving for like what, five minutes or something. As you can see, no ASR, ABS lights, none of them are on. Everything is, that problem is corrected. That's out of question now. These are like little back streets. Yeah, it goes over bumps very well. Again, there is a little banging in the back. It is just, is what it is. I don't know what that guy is doing, going right straight ahead of me. He's on the phone, you know. That's why in New York here is very serious with cell phone laws. You cannot touch your cell phone while driving, because people don't know how to drive. Okay, rear struts most likely are banging, or the knuckle bushing, that little pivot bushing in the knuckle is broken. So that is first thing to do, because they're cheap. Versus struts. Struts are expensive. You know how much the struts are, it's too much money. Yeah, this is really nice. Very nice. Brakes are good. Car doesn't pull left or right or anything like that. No problems here. So let me go back to, I'm gonna go to the, once I go to Main Avenue, then I'm basically going to stop recording. I use blinkers all the time, no matter which streets. What else I was gonna say? Now the battery holds charge just a little bit, so I haven't tested the timing before it dies. I will actually do it when I come back home. Right now I'm gonna shut the car down, and then I'm going to wait about maybe 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna try to restart it. And the reason for doing that is that when the car is going to be driven back to Maryland, you might want to stop at the rest area. So you want to know, should you shut down the car or you can just like keep it running so you can continue the trip, so you don't have to jump start it. There is a little bit of a noise on the left front on the suspension, very minor. All right, so let me put the camera down so I can see if there are any cops around, because Main Avenue, like I said, I don't want to get no tickets here. Seems like we're clear to go. Okay, so yeah, that's that. And yeah, I'm going to park right here. Couple of minutes shouldn't be a problem. Battery holds charge for a couple of minutes. That I don't have a problem with, so I can leave it. I'll leave it off for a couple of minutes, going to the store and back. Reverse engagement is really nice. I really love it because, you know, these cars have reverse problems. Now, remember I told you that I had this issue with power steering. Could have been because of cluster situation. Now, with my cluster, I never had that problem ever. It's just power steering is light, one finger motion, no problem. So we're going to park just like that. Park. And I'm gonna go to the store, get me some cigarettes. Okay, so we'll go back to the car. Now, if you look at it from the distance, you look at the levels, it's pretty much level to the floor, front and back, even though suspension is a little kind of on the low side on the bottom, but I mean on the rear. But I wouldn't really put too much accent to it. I mean, I would ride it as is. You know, I wouldn't mess around with the height adjustment valve. It's there, it's factory. I would let it be. If you want to bring the rear up, then either you put the shims or you put in the new springs. All right, so all the lights come on. All right, so I went into the store for like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. It did restart. Again, I'm going to test it for a longer period of time. Now it's actually getting hot, so we'll put AC on. And then you will see that the SRS light will go away. Later on, when everything is finished, then you just reset codes in SRS system. So the light will not come on anymore. Shifts are good. That's school safety or something. So shifts are good, everything is good. Going back home. There's a little wind noise from the left window. I tried to put the seal for the rear driver's side glass back into its groove. It fitted, but then the second it went down, it actually pulled out again. I'll show you why. Bottom seal is broken, so you need to change that bottom seal, just so you have a better, you have a guide sort of. It guides that. Oh, I forgot my blinker. I was talking about the thing, so. Alright, so let's go back headquarters. It needs a little bit of gas. Alright, I'm gonna back it in. See, SRS light went away because the code is not critical. It's just the actual light bulb in the cluster. So it's not a critical code. Therefore, the light does not remain lit. It just comes on, tells you that, hey, I have an error in the system, please check me, and that's it, and then goes away. I want it in the driveway because I do want to have access to electrical cords, so I can keep the battery charged so it's ready to go. All right, and let me just show you the problem with the seal on the back right here. Let's see what happens is When the window is being closed, this seal catches and it pulls out. It's supposed to be a continuation like on the other side, and this seal is always guided, so it just gets guided in. So that's to be replaced. I put the most of the seal, like I said, everything is in there in the groove. A little bit of bump over here. I don't know what's going on here. Well, there's a little bit of a bump, but not critical. So therefore your wind noise. But this is going to continue happening if you're going to keep using it like that. So as you saw, it was a long video, 20-minute drive. I mean, not 20-minute drive, but 10-15 minute drive. But car performed well, and I'm sure I'll make it. I'll double check oil level, transmission fluid level now, and off it goes. Alright, so this is all. This is Victor at HistoriaMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.